What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new video. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down my game plan of basically everything I learned from my new passive income business. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Let me just go ahead and pull up a whiteboard real quick just so we can get started and so I can explain everything. So not too long ago, about a week ago, I mentioned that I was going to start a new passive income business, and that new passive income business was a YouTube cash flow business. And so what that is basically when you upload videos and focus on making money off the AdSense. So really what I'm really trying to focus on here is I'm trying to focus on getting more YouTube views, but not for this channel, not for my second channel, but for a completely different channel. We're going to be creating a channel completely from scratch. Now, in my first episode of me kind of showing what I was doing, I'll be 100% honest, I had no idea what I was doing. I spent a week researching because I just didn't feel right. And now I'm going to come back to you guys with all that information that I've learned here, and I'm going to be sharing what I'm actually going to do to get real results, and not kind of dream about results, but actually gain results. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So the main channel, as you know, is where I just upload tutorial videos, guides, whatever. The DIY income tutorials channel has nothing to do with this YouTube cash flow idea. It's the second channel is where I'm going to be documenting my journey along with other videos. As you can see here, we put out an Etsy video, we put out Instagram Redbubble video, we put out designing video. This is just the behind the scenes of me making money online is this YouTube channel. When I say behind the scenes, I'm not talking about behind the scenes of a YouTube video, but I'm talking about behind the scenes of an actual business, what you don't get to see on the main channel, right? So for example, if I'm building, let's say, 100 different designs for a TeePublic store, well, that you're going to see that behind the scenes here on this channel as opposed to this one, because let's be 100% honest, not everybody wants to sit down and watch me create 100 designs. I mean, that's logical, right? So there's difference in channels, but this new channel that I'm going to create, this cash flow channel that I've already created, it's actually going to take a turn. I'll explain. So in this video that I posted 6 days ago, I showed myself doing a little bit of research and I created a new channel, right? And the idea behind this new channel was it's going to be like an ambient sounds channel, right? And so really what ambient sounds are is like some sort of ambiance, like ocean waves or like, and it would just play literally like ocean waves for hours. And I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here when I do this. There are people on YouTube doing this right here, right now, even today, right? So here we go, like focus music, ADHD, deep focus, ADHD relief music for better concentration, whatever, right? And it would be videos like this. Now, obviously there's an ad, but you could see here it would be videos like this. And there's millions of kinds of videos like this. But people started reaching out to me and telling me, I tried this, I didn't work, etc. And so what I did was I'm actually going to do an experiment. I'm not going to just, take people's word for it. And I'm not saying that you guys are wrong, but I want to see the results for myself. So this is where I get into things where I'm actually learning stuff. So I'm going to create 2 channels, not 1, but 2. And the first channel that I'm going to create is the same type of channel that you just saw, like a sounds type of channel, right? And we're going to see how far we get with that, right? The second channel, right, is going to be a YouTube automation channel. And so what that is really is I'm going to focus on a specific topic, right? And I'm going to turn that topic into written text, right? Written text. Now, the good thing about this is I actually have a shortcut because I have a ton of blogs that I've already created, right? I have a ton of blog posts and things like that. If you guys know that I do own a bunch of niche websites and niche blogs that I make money off of. And so I have a ton of blogs, and I can actually turn my blogs into videos, right? I can turn my written blogs into videos. And so what I could do is, with a software's help, I can take my text and turn it into voice. This is actually like groundbreaking new stuff for me. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is taking my text into voice is for two reasons. The first reason is because I want to create a sellable asset. A lot of future, at least this is from what I've learned, that a lot of future buyers of YouTube channels and businesses, they want to have a sellable asset. And they don't want to see your voice or your identity tied to the channel. So that's really what it is. They don't want to see your identity tied to the channel. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and clear this because number one is kind of obvious of what I'm going to do, and I've already talked about that. I'm more excited about option number two, right? The channel number two with the way that I'm going to set this up. And so really what I'm doing is the only difference between the videos that I'm making now and the videos that I'm going to make is that it's not going to be my voice. But there, and also the topic, right? I'm not going to be making Redbubble videos, but, I'm going to be definitely making videos on other topics, right? It's not going to be money. It's not going to be make money online niche, okay? I'm looking for things that are going to get me views. That's kind of the whole concept, right? And so I'll take articles that I've written, right? And I will turn them into money making videos, right? And the money making videos come from the ads. The idea is that the more people watch, the more the video gets put out, the higher watch time, the more sales I get. Now, I'm going to have to see what I'm going to do, what niche, what category, all those kind of things. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to have to figure it out. Now, the idea here is that I'm going to use a software to turn all the text that I have of the articles and turn them into video, okay? And then what I'm going to do is there are times where I have videos of things that I could turn them into text, right? And it's not just video. It could be like, let's say, a MP3 or, whatever the case may be, and I could turn it into text. Now, what I could also do is I can rephrase my content. So something that I'm planning on doing as well is I'm planning on taking some of my older videos and turning them also into video, essentially turning older videos into videos. But the way that works is I would have to take the video, turn it into text, and then take the text and turn it into video again. Now, sounds counterintuitive, but the reality is we want to see, or I want to see, what kind of content is going to be produced. And what I'm going to do in kind of like a macro kind of viewpoint is I'm going to be comparing option 1 versus 2 and what's more profitable. Now, I'm assuming that option 2 is going to be more profitable. But you never know what could happen. I could get a streak of luck with channel number 1 where we get these ambient sounds and something goes viral. Now, is it realistic for something to go viral? The answer is no. It's not realistic whatsoever. And I personally, I am no stranger to the grind. I'm no stranger to the hustle. I'm no stranger to hard work. And I know that nothing comes easy. So for me, I'm not in a rush with this process. I'm looking at this process like it's a 4 or 5 year project, 10-year project. It's not something for me that is a small, project by any means. And I'm not in a rush. I have no reason to be. So with that being said, we'll see how things work out. I can't tell you that I know something's going to work out for sure. I really just don't, because this is new territory for me. And yes, I do have a YouTube channel, but it's not the same. It's really not. I just can't. I don't have enough YouTube experience to really speak on it. So we'll really see what happens. Now, there's actually a method that I'm going to have on how I'm going to get these views. So based on my understanding of YouTube thus far, the research I've done, the personal experience that I have, there are really 2 types of videos that you can make, right? There's one type of video that's search friendly, right? Search friendly. And then you have a type of video that's recommended friendly, right? And when you have these 2 different types of videos, the results of them are going to be different. So the type of views that you get from a search-friendly video are going to be long-term videos, right? Long-term. And by the way, this whole system that I'm doing, if you guys want to join me on it, go ahead. You don't have to use your face for the YouTube videos. You don't have to use your voice. Nobody from work will recognize you or your personal life, because this whole system that I'm going to use is, it's fully like identity proof. Nobody will know who you are, right? If I go into a software and I put an article and I turn that into a video, right? Or I turn that into a voice and then I make the video, that's not going to kind of expose who I am by any means. But that's kind of like the whole concept. That's why it's a sellable asset, because anybody can come in and do the exact same thing, right? And anyway, so the search views or the search friendly type of views are more long term. So in terms of like the views, I might get like a view, 1 view a week, 2 views a week off a video, right? But the more videos you have, the more views they add up, and it will be more predictable, right? Predictable. But the problem is with the other type, the recommended, is it will be a spike in views, and then the spike will drop down to almost nothing, right? And so really what that means is that if I'm not consistently uploading on the channel, then what's going to happen is that the views will eventually drop down to 0. So for example, let's compare both scenarios, okay? So we have, let's say, the search friendly, and then we have the recommended friendly type of views, right? Or type of videos that I make. And let's say I make 3 videos. Let's just make things easy. 1, 2, 3. So 3 videos, all right? So 3 videos, okay? The search friendly, it's going to get like, let's say, a view. A few days later, another view, another view, another view, another view. It's basically based on SEO, right? And it's more long-term and slower. This one is going to get a spike. It could get, let's say 40 views, but then nobody's going to view later down the road, right? Same thing with video number 2, video number 3, etc. What ends up happening is over time is that if I stop on the search friendly, well, I'll still keep getting views, right? The only difference is that I'm just not uploading newer videos. With this one, and by the way, the view count will be lower, so I'm not going to get that spike that this one is. So I might get, in the initial first month, I might get 10 views off a video like this, but here I might get 200 views off a video like this, right? So in the short term, this is better, right? But in the long term, this is better, because what happens is if I walk away completely for the channel for a year, I'll still be getting views. With this one, I won't be getting views anymore. Like if you go to different YouTubers, right? Like entertaining style vlogger YouTube channels, they don't really use search-based videos. They use like recommended, the trending, things like that. So if you look at them through a period when they stop uploading, their channel views are as low as, like a vlogger with less than 5,000 subs, less than 10,000 subs. And that's because their content is not being recommended anymore because they don't have any more new content, right? So here there's a spike that happens, and then the views die off. And you might get a few here and there, but they're not going to be like this one. This one, with the views, it might be very small, every now and then, but it will be consistent. So for me, I find value in both of them, believe it or not. But I think the best approach for me long term is the consistency. But here's the thing. Once again, it's going to take a crazy amount of views in videos in the beginning to get something going in terms of consistency. And the way I'm going to be measuring my results is going to be through a 48-hour period. Like if you look at YouTube, they actually provide results based on a 48-hour period. They'll tell you how many views you've generated. So for me, for example, I have, let's say, a channel that's a brand new channel. It might have, let's say, 50 views in a 48-hour period. What that means is that day 1 you got 25 views on average, right? Day 2 you got 25. It could be different. It could be 30 and then 20. It could be, whatever the numbers are. But that's kind of the point. And for me, I don't think I have a set number, but I definitely want to get it up to, let's say, 50,000 views in a 48-hour period. That would be huge for me, because what that would mean is that I would be able to effectively do it. So that's the end goal for me. And when I say the end goal, that's not something that once I achieve it, I'm walking away. No, that's going to be the goal of the first goal, essentially. 50,000 views in 48 hours. Now, this goal here could take years to achieve. I mean, years and years and years and years of building an audience. I'm not going to be surprised if it does. And, for me, it's not that I don't have like a grounding approach or a logical grounding for this business. It's just that I'm really, really interested and see what could happen. And like I said, I'm not in a rush, and I'm not going to feel like a failure if I don't do that in the first year or 2 years. Like I said, for me, it's really not a big deal. It's a learning lesson for me, and if I have the free time, it's something that I'm going to be doing. Now, obviously, eventually I have to come up with systems and approaches to make sure that the videos are being consistently uploaded and things like that, which brings me to my next topic of conversation, which is the actual automation. Right? So they call it YouTube automation because the whole concept is they're hiring other people, right, to do every part of the work for me. And so that makes sense, right? Like if I have an article, I tell the virtual assistant to take this article, which is pure text, put it into the software, and it will create an MP3 file, right? You take the MP3 file and you create a video from that MP3 file, which the MP3 file is just going to be voice, right? And so to make a video out of that, and then take the video and upload it to YouTube. The virtual assistant can do this, no problem, right? The question is it worth the investment in the beginning, which is kind of my point of view. And so since this is my very first project, I'm not going to be automating the process. I'm not going to be hiring somebody else. I will be hiring somebody else later down the line if I gain success, right? Like if I gain the success that I need to have, I mean, I don't see why not. But I'm not going to be doing that right away. I'm going to be doing it myself. Now, like I said, I'm going to be doing 2 different channels. So the first one is going to be the sounds video channels, and the other one is going to be the text-based, the voice-based. And we're going to see what happens, right? And so I'm not worried about it. I'm super excited for it. Can't wait to see the results. As far as I'm concerned, that's really it. And that's kind of the game plan of everything that I viewed so far, and I was only able to contribute about a half hour a day, not even, to this idea. So maybe like about 2 hours of researching, learning, and things like that. So that's really all I gotta say. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Bye.